I don't know that we're going to end homelessness, but the way I see it is if we can start 5,000 businesses, those 5,000 businesses are going to have some sort of charity give back of their own that can affect others as well.
This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good night, Joe Pardo. Previously, episode number 123 on the 12-Minute Convos podcast. It was only 2 years, 8 months, 29 days, and 45 minutes ago.
It starts with a Google search. That's the first step. If you have no clue how to do it or you don't know anybody that does it, do a Google search. You'll find people that do it, and then you can start doing what it is that you have inside of you.
Luckily, I got to meet him face to face Wednesday, 20th of June 2018. Guess what? He is actually Super Joe Pardo. Joe, what's up in your world? What's new?
What is up? Happy anniversary, sir. I can't believe it's been a year since I've talked to you. So much has happened in a year. It's crazy.
Well, that's amazing. And it's a year to date, right? We were on the rocky steps, right?
Yeah.
How fun is that?
Yeah, that was a great time. So glad I was able to make it that morning.
I'm so glad that you did come on. It was a fun conversation. You are the inspiration that kept us going. So tell us what's new in your world. What's going on?
Oh man. Okay, so since I last talked to you, I decided to join back up with my dad in the family business that's been around since the 60s. It's in the heavy duty repair business. He shut down his trucking company and he sold the parts company off, years and years ago. But so all he has is one repair shop at this point, and he's trying to build it up. And I was like, well, if I come back, I want to build a franchise out of it. And we're going to go big and fast. For the most part, that's what we've been doing.
That's huge, though. That's huge because this is the reason you started the podcast, Dreamers Podcast. Like, you stepped away from the family business.
Yep.
You were the tech in the family while everyone was doing the heavy duty moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is huge. What caused that? Like, what gave you the peace to get back there? Or let's say go forward there.
Well, it took about 9 months of talking to my dad. Once we had my son, our second kid, he started coming over every Friday afternoon, and we'd talk in my ear about what he had going on, building that business up piece by piece, exiting the trucking business and all that. And for a little while I was like, I don't know, I'm not really that interested. I was also working at the nonprofit at the time. I had my own business going on. And I just wasn't really ready to do it. And what kind of helped push that over the border or over the wall was, having a second kid. My wife ended up leaving her job of teaching of 10 years because childcare is just way too expensive. So she ended up staying home. And what allowed us, having the money, it allowed us to say, okay, we can have this kid. Was actually the reason why she had to leave a job, which forced us to have less money. And I needed to make some adjustments. So one of those adjustments was agreeing to come back, building a franchisable model out of the repair shop business that's been in my family since the 60s. It's not a full year yet. In August, it'll have been a full year.
Okay.
And we've just implemented so many changes. So much has happened and grown since I've gotten there, from new computer systems to new processes in place, new and old faces that we used to work there came back. Just so many things have opened up since I've been there. And then, of course, I've still working, my business 234. Since we last talked, I now have a TV show that I'm producing called
serious?
The Top.
I didn't know that. Wow. Where can we go to find out more about that?
So right now, if you go to superjoepardo.com/TV, you can watch the first episode. It's up on YouTube for the time being because trying to get some sponsors, trying to get more businesses that want to get involved and be in it. I got approached by a network who wanted me to basically do my podcast on their TV network, and it's broadcasted to 40 markets, including New York, Atlanta, LA. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I was like, I'm not really that interested in that, but I do really would love to have my own show where I go and help small businesses focus on their top, the team, offer, and process. And that's where it came out of. I was like, okay, well, I don't know how I'm going to have the time to do this between MapCon coming up in September. That's the Mid-Atlantic Podcast Conference that I run. I was going to write another book this year. That's kind of been put on hold. And I just started doing, getting some people together and trying to do a lot of outreach to get some sponsors and everything in place. And right now we're, I think in July we'll be filming the next 2 episodes. So it's coming along. I think it's gonna take a lot longer than I kind of initially hoped. But we have some businesses that are interested in being on the show, and then it becomes a scheduling thing and trying to fit it into, being at the shop, 5 days a week, working that, and then doing this. And then there's one other thing, Angle, before I finally shut up and hand the mic back over to you.
No, you're good. Like, I love it. Go for this. I'm excited. Go for it.
So by the time this episode comes out, if you go to 234, the numbers 234 threads.com, you can check out my brand new apparel line for entrepreneurs.
Wow.
It's entrepreneur apparel with a purpose, and the purpose is we're going to host business boot camps for the homeless. So we're going to help homeless people get their own businesses. The people that buy shirts from 234 Threads, they're going to be entered into a Facebook group, a network of entrepreneurs and people who dream big and think big, and those people are going to help bring the resources to these boot camps. So, coming to speak at them, helping their, bringing their networks, getting their networks involved, getting nonprofits involved. So we'll bring, food, clothing, showers, haircuts, work one-on-one with the people that need help getting their businesses started. Angle, and I don't know about in the rest of the world, and hopefully we'll get to the rest of the world. But just in America alone, we have over 550,000 homeless right now, and if we can get just 1% helped, that's over 5,000 businesses that we could help generate. So we can help them get funding, right? But by building this strong network. Now the hook with 234 Threads is there's only one shirt available at a time, or one design available at a time, and it's only available for 234 hours, and then it's gone forever. So you buy in or you don't buy in, you'll miss out on that shirt. Or that piece of apparel. So that's kind of part of the hook.
That's intriguing. So how are you going to manage that when it goes nationwide? Like immediately I have family that run NGO for the homeless in Arizona. So like,
really?
How are you going to do that? Yeah.
So I'm going to start local, right? Start where I'm at. I have friends in the nonprofit arena here in the Philadelphia area. So start local and grow from there. I have a few people that that want to work with me to do the outreach to other nonprofits. We want to have social workers there because obviously business, is a cold thing, but humans are warm and squishy, and they got all kinds of exterior things going on. So we want to have social workers available to help them navigate whatever they're going through right then and there. And you know what? If starting a business turns out it isn't for them, having the entrepreneurs and having those business owners involved with 234 is going to enable them to possibly get a job from one of those entrepreneurs, right? They could be a virtual assistant. That they get them $100, $200 laptop, and they can go and do data work and stuff from wherever they can get Wi-Fi. But as we know, there's plenty of Wi-Fi available. So there's great ways, there's great opportunity. We can change so many lives by being able to network these entrepreneurs, these business owners together for a great mission. Which is, I mean, I don't know that we're going to end homelessness, but the way I see it is if we can start 5,000 businesses, those 5,000 businesses are going to probably have some sort of mission of their own, have some sort of charity give back of their own that can affect others as well. The ripple effect here is immense. So I am 10 days away from launching this.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, yeah, this episode wouldn't release before that. So that's awesome. But again, like Joe, like, well done, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, one of the things I've been amazed by is how you mix and match in life, and you're helping individuals, you're doing the business side, and one of the great things is charity begins at home. So, within the storyline, it's really cool that you decided to work with your father again. That's really amazing because, again, charity begins at home, right? That's very valuable. It's always valuable to do that. And in that, you've inspired me as well to ensure that charity begins at home. Well, my friend, again, this has been like the 12-minute check-in. I am your podcast accountability partner officially, right? Were you doing what you said you were going to do? But more than everything else, I'd like to say thank you, Joe. I'd like to say thank you for consistently showing up. More so showing up as who you are and your own unique real self and the value that you're bringing to humanity and to the world by extension. Thank you. Thank you for doing what you do. In closing, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Oh, man. Well, if you're interested in podcasting, September 6th and 7th, there's the Mid-Atlantic Podcast Conference because it's going to be in the incredible Ocean Resort Casino down in Atlantic City, New Jersey this year. Go to midatlanticpodcast.com. If you want to learn more about me, go to superjoepardo.com or 234threads.com to get on the Entrepreneurs with a Purpose. Engel, thank you so much for doing this. I think it's incredible that you know everything that you've done, from the amount of conversations that you had, the amount of people that you've networked together, the traveling across the country. It's just all super inspiring, and I am so glad that I'm able to have a friend like you in the world, man. That inspires me to push harder and do more.
Hey, come on. I was the safe guy. I mean, I had Super Joe Pardo by my side, right? I could just call.
No, man, no, it's complete opposite. It's the people that I have the honor of being surrounded by that just inspire me, because I can only do what's in front of me, right? I have 2 kids and a house and my roots planted. I can't just necessarily travel over the world, and I'm helping the family business, and there's just so many things that have me, I don't want to say tied down, but at the current moment, there's just so many things that are at the right place at the right time, and I'm inspired by people who do as much as they can to bring other people at a higher mindset.
I appreciate that. Again, amazing audience. You're hearing it live from Joe Pardo. Joe, thanks for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. This podcast is produced by Pod Edits. Visit podedits.com for professional podcast publishing.